everybody. This is Louis Amistoy. I'm turning on my headphones. I'm lost today. It's the Baco Motorsports Power Hour, brought to you by the Bakersfield Californian. I'm your host. I've been kind of not here for a few weeks, but Mike Griffith has been filling in admirably for the last few weeks. Good to have you here.
Oh, you're here? It's not us. Yeah.
Let me ask you some questions here. Now, you actually watched races over the weekend.
I actually watched basically all the races.
All the races.
Well, it took me through Monday.
To catch up, because you watched all four, right? You watched NASCAR.
I watched the Xfinity race on Saturday.
Oh, okay, 5 races, right?
That was a yawner.
Right.
A real yawner.
1, okay. 2.
The tail end of the NASCAR race,
Okay.
the last 100 or so laps.
All right, that was pretty good.
Sprint car race. The NHRA race.
Right.
The INDYCAR race. And the Formula One race.
5 races. And you were at Bakersfield Speedway on Saturday night, right?
Right.
All right. We'll catch up with that here as well. We'll talk, Blake Bowser walking by. We're going to talk Summit Series with Auto Club Famoso Raceway. Some great pictures from the one and only Tom Macht with his laser cannon flash. Was out there shooting some stuff. Some a big show car made its way down the quarter mile there.
Yeah, you never, Blake said there were going to be some cars, nitro cars out there.
There were some.
You never
nitro
know what's
cars.
going to show up, and there were some nitro cars.
Absolutely. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. We got a lot of stuff up there. We've been sharing some things about Kevin Harvick today, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. Also on Instagram, on YouTube, and on Twitter. Just look for the Baco Motorsports Power Hour. All right, the All-Star team, our all-area team, brought to you by the good folks at Fast Trip. What do we got going on now?
It's growing.
It's growing. Have we got any new additions to it that you know?
Krista Sudam drives a dragster, Super Comp.
Super Comp, yeah.
Super Comp, and he really fast, about a 750.
She leads the point series. By the way.
She doubled up over the weekend in the Summit Series race. So
she won race 3 and race 4, I believe.
So there you go. Yes.
She has 250 points leading the Summit Series in Super Pro.
So she doubled up, and so now she's all area. Tom's got some good pictures of her upcoming.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we've got they raced to the dirt track on Friday night at KCRP. Cade Lewis got a win in the junior mini or the senior mini dwarfs. Basically, I think he was the only boy in the senior mini dwarfs at Kern County Raceway Park on the dirt track there. I think there was 10 kids in it. 9 of them were girls.
Yeah,
so
a lot of girls racing in those divisions.
I saw now that Willow Springs is now having mini
they had
dwarfs.
one. They went over there, and I know
Kirsty won out there.
Young
Kirsty Young went out there, right?
Won that race over there.
We're gonna have to talk to the Youngs about their travels on the mini dwarf circuit. So
yeah, he goes to a lot of races. So.
Absolutely. Okay, so we got that coming up. We also have Kern County Raceway Park. The S2 race coming up. SLR Series S2 race coming up this weekend.
No S2 race.
No S2 race.
But there's the SRL Southwest Tour race.
Right.
Legends and Bandoleros.
Okay. No S2 race. All right, good. All right, let's catch up now with Kevin Harvick. Here was the hot rumor yesterday that is, if you're going to read it, you might want to cover your eyes because it's a little filthy. But Kevin Harvick, the rumor was, and I'll read this one sports. There was numerous reports of it yesterday, but the Sporting News saying that Harvick had shot down rumors all season that he wants to leave Stewart Racing, but after the latest report of a possible move to Hendrick Motorsports, Harvick had a mischievous plan to toy with those who were spreading gossip. And you also looked at these too, and Harvick basically saying that there is no truth to the rumor.
But
Bunch of people who make blank
if
up.
you read those, making stuff up.
But
he never said there's no truth to the rumors.
What is the Mike Griffith? What is the rumor?
The rumor. Well, it's been since it was announced that they were going Ford. Everybody started wondering, well, is Harvick going to go Ford because he's always been a Chevy guy? And then it kind of didn't hear anything about it since they got to racing and not speculation, and now it's heated up again. And all the reports saying that he's going to Hendrick Racing to take over the car now driven by Casey Kane. Casey's still got a year left on his contract, so apparently they would jettison him, buy him out or whatever. And so that's what the latest rumor is to Hendrick Motorsports for Casey Kane. And Harvick is having a lot of fun on Twitter to kind of dispel those rumors.
Right. So, I don't think, do they have individual relationships with the manufacturers? Is that why that would happen? I thought there was the teams had the relationships with the
Well, the team had the
manufacturer.
relationships to it, but if a driver feels strongly,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. There's been a lot of drivers switch manufacturers through the years. Some have driven a multitude of different cars. And I don't know whether Harvick is or is not a true Chevy guy.
Right.
I mean, there are people who don't want to climb into a Ford just to go for a ride, and vice versa, those who do not want to get into a Chevy.
Right. There's a website called Fanside, actually, and they have a Beyond the Flag part of their section, and it says, a story by Tom Bowles of FrontStretch.com reports that Kevin Harvick is mulling an offer from Hendrick Motorsports to replace Casey Kane in the number 5 machine. That would be huge news in Sprint Cup Garage and send shockwaves through what was going to be a somewhat weak free agent class heading into 2017. It's going to be interesting to see if that really kind of pans out or not. So
yeah, I think it's going to be fun this weekend. All-Star race at Charlotte, lots of media. Harvick should be primed by the time he drives down to the racetrack and meets with the media. That should be a lot of fun.
Again, putting it out there, saying so as soon as SHR announced the switch to Ford, the speculation began about the future of Kevin Harvick and his ties to Chevrolet. For his part, Kevin has been very supportive of the team's manufacturer switch without stoking the fires of rumors of his departure. He's also been vague enough in his answers as to leave the door open for any offers coming his way. So that would be huge, I guess. So we'll see what happens. Let's keep going now. The Dover race, Harvick was dominating that race. And then there were some shenanigans at the very end of it.
He was dominating the race. Is in the top 5 in a pit stop, and then a couple guys, including Jimmy Johnson, went in, only took 2 tires, put them on the front row. Johnson was on the outside, and the car locked up apparently when he tried to shift from 3rd to 4th, and that picture shows it. Well, there's a lot of hot rods on the gas right there.
Right.
And Harvick was 3rd back in that line behind the 48 car. He stacked up. He got caught up. Casey Mears, who was having one of his best races in the top 15 all day, he got caught up in this thing. So it was a big melee there with, less than 50 laps to go, and ruined a lot of guys' days.
Clearing the way for Matt Kenseth to win the race, and another win, I think, for Toyota. I mean, they've had a great season this year.
Yeah. So there
Shouldn't
you go.
you be driving a Toyota? Forget Chevy and Ford. You're a Toyota man. There's Harvick's the destruction on the back.
Toyota man, a Chevy man, a Buick man.
You have all of them. You have all of them covered. You have a
I've
Ford?
got them all. Do I have a Ford?
Yeah.
I've got a 68 Mustang, so yes.
There you go. So you
There
got them all covered.
Got them all covered.
Okay. Well, there's the damage on the 4 car after they tangled up there. Harvick finished 15th at Dover, was in position to win it, dominated the first part of the race, and then the accident tied him up. And you talked about Casey Mears. He was 26th in there, and he's been ready to break through all season into maybe in the top 15, and then have that turn his get that kind of bad luck there.
Yeah, that was definitely bad luck. Just what do you do?
Yep.
He's running the top 15, been running the top 15 most of the race. So
in the Xfinity Series, Ryan Reed was 18th in the Dover race on Saturday. So there you go.
Yeah,
Moving on.
and that
There's this guy right here. You think is going to win the Indy 500?
this guy,
Yeah.
yeah,
Peugeot,
that
right?
guy's won everything basically this year. Well, 3-4 out of the races.
Did you ever long?
He dominated the Grand Prix of Indianapolis. Used to be 2 weekends of qualifying. Then the race, basically, I would spend a full month back there. Now it's 1 weekend of qualifying, then the race. And last weekend they had the Grand Prix of Indianapolis where they used the road course. And Simon just dominated this thing, ran away with it.
Now, shouldn't we be sending you back there?
And the ratings were fairly decent for it.
Shouldn't we be sending you back there as part of like some kind of 50th anniversary of you
It's
first
the 100th
covering?
anniversary.
No,
of
the
50th
50th anniversary of you first covering the.
No, actually, they've got their first sellout in decades, probably since I was back there.
Wow.
And because the sport was basically fractured for decades and it's trying to get back together. But it's the 100th anniversary. It's been a sellout for a long time. IMS people are asking that people leave 2 hours earlier than normal because of the crowds.
You should
because
be there
the
for the
last
100,
few
Dennis.
years. I don't think you had to worry about the
Right.
crowds getting to Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and now you do. The only thing missing from this place, they fixed it up a lot. The snake pit in Turn 1, long gone.
Nice.
That's kind of sad.
So, because part of this anniversary, they probably will do something to honor, Rick Mears and his accomplishments there, right? I would imagine he's
I
part
imagine
of the history.
there's a lot
right?
of things. Oh yeah.
Interesting.
So there's a lot of things happening there this year.
And then
And
somehow,
they're going the wrong way here, as you notice
yeah,
on
they
the
do
road
notice
course.
that. Now, you did go and watch some F1 in this guy.
F1.
This
and
is a very cool
I
picture,
saw,
by the way.
I kept hidden from the results, and then I saw it across the screen when I was catching up on one of my other races that Hamilton and Rosberg crashed on the first lap, and I said, "Well, I'm going to have to watch this." So I watched
there
it
you go.
yesterday, and yes, Mr. Rosberg tried to block Lewis Hamilton on the first lap, and pushed Hamilton into the weeds, and Hamilton lost control, came back across, and wiped out Rosberg. So I'm sure it was a fun conversation in the Mercedes
Nice,
pits.
nice.
And then the Red Bull driver goes out there, he takes the lead, and poor Ferrari, they suck.
They can't even get it
They
done.
couldn't even get the win with the Mercedes out. Sorry, Felix Adamo,
Adamo.
but Ferrari, they're not doing
Calling
well
out
this year.
Felix
And
Adamo.
would you have not liked to have been in the Ferrari
Yeah.
camp after they couldn't beat Red Bull?
I love this picture, too. Look at the tires and the wear on the tires.
Yeah,
This
look
one,
at
too.
all the rubber that it's
yeah.
they're
Blistering,
so hot that
yeah.
well, it just picks up stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back with more here on the Baco Motorsports Power Hour. The good stuff. We're going to talk Summit Series with the one, the only, Blake Bowser, coming up next here on the Power Hour.